wrap up the show a little early. This
Oh,
one is a quarterback one. Leaf, stay prepared.
there's one obvious start, and if you do not start him, you are nasty.
There's an obvious starting bench to me.
There's an obvious start, and if you do not start him, you are nasty.
Okay, Broad.
Depends who
you
you
go
talking
first.
about.
Ooh.
All right, go ahead, bro.
All right. Well, I'll tell you as it follows. Start
Go.
Kurt Warner, bench Matt Ryan, cut Phillip Rivers.
I agree.
I agree. I agree with that. I would agree with that.
I'm a
If you do not start Kurt Warner from that list, you are nasty.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
I think it's all unanimous. If I had to say.
Wait. Hold it.
Here we go.
Hey,
Here
Champ,
we
come
go.
on,
Here
bro.
we go.
No. Stop.
Champ, you the one ethical person I know, bro. Like, come on, don't be.
Everybody,
No.
it's like everybody in the room got guilty.
Hey,
You
you
know what I'm saying?
gotta let me see what I'm saying first. You gotta hear me out. Now, let's just rewind. I agree with the Kurt Warner take. I agree with that. He should be started. That is unanimous among us all. But I have to ask this question because that's my quarterback. You're not cutting Matt Ryan?
No, Matt Ryan played more years than
No.
Over Phillip Rivers?
Yes.
He played way more elite years than Phillip Rivers. I mean, Phillip Rivers definitely got wasted because he played for the Chargers.
No, I'm
Phillip
just
Rivers-
asking because the reason why I'm asking that because I've never heard anybody say that.
No,
even
I'm-
down here, even down south where I am, I've never heard anybody say that.
Man, I
If
just
you
hate
ain't
Matt
heard
Ryan.
nobody say that, then you talking to the wrong people.
That's what it is. I
Matt
will
Ryan
say
at
this,
his peak was a top 5 quarterback.
I will say this, Champ, bro. Like Matt Ryan for a lot of those years when the Falcons was competitive, he was a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah, I agree.
In his
But like I
MVP
said,
year, he was top
I had
5.
to make sure because, like I said, I have to say this and just give me
Matt
one.
Ryan's not even top 5.
You have to. I have to say this. Every time that you hear Matt Ryan down here, a lot of shade gets thrown on him down south, down here in Georgia.
He's the greatest quarterback you ever had.
Y'all fan base is kind of contingent.
Oh, why?
on-
Why? Because he's a Yankee?
Yeah, y'all fan base is a little bit like they could be a little bit.
Let him finish. Hold on. Let Champ finish. Let Champ finish.
Yeah, I hear you, Mr. New York City, but yeah, when you hear people talk about Matt Ryan in the state of Georgia, they really don't put him up on that pedestal like that. Now, I have been saying that for years, that he was at least the top 10 during his peak. But people would always say Julio Jones, played a role in that, not realizing that he was in the playoffs before Julio Jones even got there.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, people don't even realize this, man. I say this, and people don't understand this. Roddy White didn't become a Pro Bowler or an All-Pro before Matt Ryan. So that is why, and you got to think about who he had his first year. That first year, arguably one of the best rookie performances you're ever going to see.
Yep.
I mean, coming off the Michael Vick incident, for him to come out there and his first, and you got to think about
first pass was his first touchdown.
Yes, and went 11-5 that year in the same conference as Cam, and it was amazing.
Wait. Cam, he was drafted
2011. Cam was drafted 2011. Matt Ryan
was drafted in 08.
Well, excuse me, my bad. My apologies. Correction.
Old,
that first year, he
if
came
you want
out.
to say Drew Brees, that's fine.
Yeah, my bad. My apologies. That first year, him coming out and taking us to the playoffs, going 11-5, and nearly winning the division. I think the Panthers won
they
that
did. No,
division that
the
year.
Falcons did win that division and then barely lost to the Cardinals in the wild card.
Yeah, barely lost to. For him to come that first year, and remember who our second receiver was. Our second
the Panthers
receiver
won the division.
Yeah, the Panthers won the division. And remember who our second receiver was. The second receiver that we had on that team outside of Roddy White was Michael Jenkins.
Yes.
Wasn't worth the salt in the bread. So it was just crazy how that turnaround happened. And before he came, we did not have back-to-back winning seasons in a year.
Yeah, I did have some hella running backs, man. That stood behind.
Michael. Michael Turner.
Michael Turner, Devontae Freeman,
Yeah.
Coleman. Like
But
y'all
that's
had some
always-
backs back
But
then.
none of those running backs that Matt Ryan had were LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah. Well,
Phil
LaDainian
Rivers
Tomlinson-
That is true.
And he also had Antonio Gates as his
and
tight
Antonio Gates. Yeah, and listen,
Oh, we-
when you
And
got
don't sleep.
Antonio
And don't
Gates,
sleep. Don't
LaDainian
sleep on Vincent
Tomlinson,
Jackson either.
Norv Turner, Shane Merriman. Like I mean,
Sean Merriman.
Sean
Well,
Merriman.
the thing is this. You have to think about this as well, man.
I don't know who the wideouts was on that team, but I mean,
Vincent Jackson.
Vincent Jackson,
Vincent
R.I.P.
Jackson and
R.I.P.
Keenan
Vincent
McCardell.
Jackson.
He had Keenan McCardell for a couple of years. But you have to think about this as well. He had not only that, Phillip Rivers did have Michael Turner, LaDainian Thompson, and Darren Sproles in that backfield at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Did what?
And didn't do much. Got to the NFC Championship, but did not do a lot.
Yeah.
So, hey, big ups to you, Broad. That's the reason why I actually double checked on that because
Yeah, no.
man,
But
when you hear
back to
when
my
you hear Atlanta Falcons fans talk about my fellow Atlanta Falcons fans talk about Matt Ryan, they don't put him in the regard that I do. And to see someone who knows football like you do, in order to put him in that regard,
Yeah.
hey, I think
But,
the panel is unanimous.
back to my joke. Or what? Because he a Yankee? Of course I'm a rival.
I will speak on this because I'm from the South and I remember I'm from the South and I remember when he came in. A lot of people don't feel like they don't put him on their pedestals because a lot of these people out here that said, and I constantly hear this to this day. Oh, if Michael Vick would have never got in trouble with those dogs, he would have took them to the Super Bowl.
No.
And he openly admitted that when he was with Jim Mora. I mean, he admitted that he wasn't watching film. He admitted that he wasn't, doing the things that he was doing. And people always want to say, well, Michael Vick didn't have anything. He had he had two very good running backs in the backfield. He had Algie Crumpler. He had Algie Crumpler. Yeah, Ward Dunn and TJ Duckett. And he had Algie Crumpler, who was an all-pro, 4 or 5-time all-pro. Oh, excuse me, 4-time Pro Bowl.
And he also had the great Dan Reeves as well.
Yes, he had Dan Reeves, and not only that, people sell short.
Ryan was stuck with Mike Smith.
And then people don't realize this. Those same receivers that Matt Ryan won with his first year, those were his receivers.
Yes.
Didn't Vic also have what's his name? Algie Crumpler?
Yes, he
Yeah,
did.
he was a 4-time Pro Bowler, and then made an All-Pro one year. I mean, he was one of the best tight ends in the league.
Didn't Vic have Roddy White?
Yeah,
He did.
yeah.
He did.
Like I said, Roddy White did not become a Pro Bowler until Matt Ryan.
That's kind of crazy how Matt Ryan gets disrespect because I think Matt Ryan is the best quarterback you guys ever had by a mile.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, if you ask the older generation, if you ask my father, they will say Steve Bartkowski, but I say Matt Ryan. So they will say Steve Bartkowski.
Apples, oranges, as long as Vic is not in the mix.
So, Champ, just to be clear, your start, bench, and cut. Who do you start and benching and cutting? I know you got Kurt Warner to start.
Hey, I got to put Matt Ryan. I got to bench Matt Ryan.
Okay.
The former league MVP. The only reason why I don't put I can't say Phillip Rivers is because I will say this. Look, people can say whatever they would like, but Phillip Rivers had talent all of those years and only had one AFC championship appearance.
The fact he got more kids than AFC championship appearances is crazy.
You're not being right when you say that. But for
you know what's crazy?
Hey, that's a Christian in him.
You know what's crazy? When we bring up the Chargers, a lot of people will blame the organization as to why that he only had that he had wasted years out there because of the front office and the
that's to blame as well because like I said, teams should have stopped hiring Norv Turner after he failed at the Washington football team. They should have stopped hiring him then because people failed to realize that his success at the Dallas Cowboys was attributed to the triplets. It was the triplets that made Norv Turner, and he never really got that success back, regardless of how many offensive weapons that he had. I mean, if you really want me to be honest with you, LaDainian Tomlinson was every bit as good as Emmett. Every bit as good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So, absolutely. I mean, after Marty Schottenheimer, they really didn't do anything.
Exactly. And then you had Darren Sproles in the backfield along with him. and you
And
are
I
just
forgot about Darren Sproles. Oh my
yes,
God. Yo, they was loaded.
yes. The year before, Michael Turner came to the Atlanta Falcons, it was LaDainian Thompson, Michael Turner, and Darren Sproles all in the same backfield. All three of those guys played for the San Diego Chargers. Not to mention, people don't even realize this. They had two tight ends out there. It was Antonio Gates and Randy McMichael. They stole Randy McMichael from
they robbed Randy McMichael from
the Miami Dolphins. And then Chris Chambers, they took
Louis
Chris Chambers
fool, bro.
So it's just like you had all of this talent for that long period of time, and you sold. And you can't say you didn't have defense. You had Igor. You had Sean Phillips. You had Sean
Donnie Edwards.
You had Donnie Edwards. You had Quentin Jammer. You had
Quentin Jammer. I thought Quentin Jammer was overrated, but I mean, you had him though.
Didn't they have the early years of Jason Verrett too?
Yeah. So that's why I would cut Phillip Rivers.
Aiden, who you have for start, bench, and cut?
I will say I don't know much about Kurt Warner. That was the third person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just pick whoever you want, man. You ain't gotta worry about it.
There's no wrong answer, bro.
I did watch a little bit of Phillip Rivers, and I've seen a lot of Matt Ryan. I'm gonna start Kurt Warner, bench Matt Ryan, cut Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is trash.
Unanimous.
Wait.
I didn't say anything.
Hold on. Hey, you say Phillip Rivers trash?
What, broad?
Oh wow.
I think in this conversation, bro, like, listen, I think trash is.
But that's when I watched him.
Trash is being nice.
That's when I watched him.
I wouldn't say that Phillip Rivers is trash. If you want to say he's mid, that's fine.
As far as this conversation go between the two, bro, like he is 100,000% grade A dumpster juice. That's as far as this conversation goes.
Trey, who you starting benching and cutting?
I'm gonna start Kurt Warner, bench Matt Ryan, and get Phillip Rivers the hell out of here. My bad, sorry.
It's all good. Harrison?
One more to make it unanimous.
I don't know if Harrison is here. Oh, wait, is he?
Yeah, I'm just thinking for a second.
I'm gonna block you if you say the wrong answer.
Now you fucked me up.
Dude!
I'm starting Kurt Warner.
Harrison, put $1 in the swear jar.
I ain't gonna lie. If you had a super chat, I'd donate to it, man.
I'm starting Kurt Warner. I'm benching Matt Ryan, and I'm cutting Phillip Rivers. There you go. $20 cash out.
As for me, unfortunately, I gotta cut Phillip Rivers. Starting Kurt Warner is obvious. It's unequivocal.
Yes, it is.
And benching Matt Ryan. I will say this about Phillip Rivers. What's so unique about Kurt Warner with Phillip Rivers, unlike Kurt Warner and Matt Ryan, I don't know how the hell he gets it done.
Aiden, you got to get the Infinity Gauntlet, bro. What are you doing?
I don't know how he gets it done with that throwing motion. It's one of the ugliest throwing motions I've ever seen in my life. Nevertheless, the ball, I mean, it's like he's throwing a shot put.
Uglier than Eli Manning?
No, Eli has a better throwing motion. I've seen worse throwing motions than Eli Leaf. Phillip Rivers, if you watch him,
uglier than Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco's throwing motion is not bad. Phillip Rivers is the worst one.
Leaf, don't do that. Don't do that.
I mean, if we also going to talk about another ugly throwing motion, I think you know where I'm going. It's Big Ben.
This young.
Oh my God!
I'm beyond it.
Wait, hold on, Bart.
I mean,
Big Ben throwing motion was that bad? What about Jameis Winston's?
Nah, I'm beyond. I don't like Aaron Rodgers throwing motion either. He be putting everything into that throw, the hip, everything.
You said who throwing motion?
Aaron Rodgers. He be putting
wow.
everything behind that throw. He be.
I mean,
But
it only led to 3 MVPs and a Super Bowl MVP.
Hey, I never said it was bad. I just said it's ugly.
But obviously, for the first time on the Sports PSP podcast, it's unanimous. Start Kurt Warner, bench Matt Ryan, cut Phillip Rivers. No disrespect to Phillip Rivers, but you had the luxury of playing with 2 first ballot Hall of Famers in LaDainian Tomlinson, Antonio Gates. You had Russ Vincent Jackson. You had a squad. You had a crew. And you couldn't get that much.
So this is a term that's used because
this is a message to Phillip Rivers. If I would have never gone to New Orleans, I would have done something you couldn't do.
Hold on one second.
All like Drew Brees.
Oh, not him.
Oh yes, him.
We not doing this. Not this
podcast. Not this evening, please.
Not this evening.
Not this evening.
Chuck.
No, I had to get it.
I'm gonna behave for right now.
So, this is a term that's commonly used.
It's right. What are you talking about?
Hold on, guys. Let Bryce finish.
So, I watch a lot of soccer. I'm a huge Liverpool fan. This is a term that they use commonly in the English Premier League. Bottle job. It means you blew it. You want to talk about one of the biggest bottle jobs in the NFL? Let me think. Oh, yeah. 06 Chargers.
With Marty Schottenheimer, his final year there.
MVP LaDainian Tomlinson, and y'all went one and done.
And I would say that wasn't even their fault. Some idiot decide, I'm gonna pick the ball and try to run with it.
All right, guys.